and go. Right, we're back.
Yeah.
Yay! Okay, so the news. Whole Sword Post. New trade deal with Agnolia. A new trade deal between Swordland and Agnolia comes into effect on Tuesday. Agnolian Prime Minister Mr. Van Horten told reporters that Agnolians would get more from the new deal, which replaced the 20-year-old Markian trade agreement. Swordland will open its agricultural sector and markets to Agnolia with the new trade agreement. The deal will also see an increase in trade volume between the two countries and includes a slight price increase of Agnolian steel. We will continue to advocate for the continued fair trade between our two countries in a relationship that has been extraordinarily beneficial to both Agnolia and Swordland, Van Horten said. Economics. You can read this up.
President Rain gives upper hand to Agnolia. As a result of the recent trade deal with Agnolia, we find it baffling how President Rain could give the upper hand to President Van Horten. Even though we have been in recession for some time, Swordland is a country with much more potential, a lot more investments, and a lot more prestige. Yet, it appears that President Rain has failed to play his cards right, resulting in a deal where we will end up paying more for Agnolian steel in return for not enough profit. It is hard to comprehend the reasoning behind accepting such a disadvantaged deal. President Rain has unfortunately fallen short of our expectations in trade negotiations.
Okay, let's think about this logically, right? If we pay more or slightly above average for steel, surely that money would then give them more
coming back as investments.
Coming back as investments with regards to that agricultural sector. Hopefully. So I don't know. It's a tough one to call. I think. I mean, maybe from a mathematics point of view, we don't gain as much as we think we are, and essentially they're just buying goods with our money anyway.
Well, at this point, we just don't know.
Anything can happen. Yeah. Yesterday morning, Chancellor of Wehlen, Hegel, discovered a press conference in Wehlen about the escalating tensions in Helgeland. During the press release, he said, Agnolia's unlawful occupation of the island will not stop us from doing whatever it takes to protect our people living in Helgeland. The heavily criticised and condemned Prime Minister Van Horten, saying, we are dealing with an illegal occupation force which doesn't refrain from entering our territorial waters without asking our permission. Van Horten is playing with fire, and if he is not careful, he might get burnt, said Hegel. Geopolitico will be watching the developments closely. Yeah, I thank God we didn't enter a proper alliance with him. Because I think we would have got sunk.
Yeah, we would most likely be forced to fight the war on his behalf.
Yeah. We still have this down here. We forgot about Wehlen. That was only up here.
Yeah, let's take that one in between.
Yeah. Lenkirk, rioters arrested. The protests and occasional looting of the past weeks has ceased in the city of Lenkirk. Lenkirk police have reported that the situation is now under control. And thousands of arrests have been made while quelling the city. Thousands of arrests. Thousands. That's never good. That's never good. What have we done to deserve a population that wants to riot? We're trying to fix things. We're building a road.
We probably made a bad choice somewhere along the road.
Perhaps.
All right, let's see what's happening in Wehlen.
Boom. Well, Wehlen, it doesn't.
Trade talks. Okay.
All right. Swordland 1's flight from Holsword to Raclevitz took approximately 5 hours despite heavy turbulence. I managed to sleep a little. Along with Simon and David, I landed at the international airport of the capital city of Wehlen. Our aim here was to finalise the trade deal drafted in between Swordland and Wehlen. Shortly after our plane landed, the door opened and the sun blinded me for a moment, and then I stepped outside. I saw the soldiers lined up on either side of the red carpet. There must have been at least 100 soldiers. The marching band started playing and the soldiers immediately saluted me. The soldiers back?
Do we want to salute?
I don't know. What is etiquette for a foreign dignitary to be saluted by soldiers?
Know. I mean, thinking back, I think
We're a soldier. We're a soldier, right? We were a soldier. We were on the border.
That is true. So we do have military background to some extent.
We can salute back as a gesture.
Yeah, because I do believe that every American president that has visited another country has saluted the greeting military parade.
Perhaps. Salute the soldiers back.
I think.
At the bottom of the stairs, Victor Smolak was waiting for me next to a military jeep with a few soldiers by his side. There were few reporters on the side, waiting with their cameras. He was a tall man, almost as tall as me. He was wearing large sunglasses and his attire was a regular suit, contrasting with the military attire of everyone else in the field. He's the president. Okay. You want to go Polish, Mr. President? No?
Yeah, he does have the feel of Eastern European of some kind.
Yeah. Look at those kind eyes.
And that heavy Stalinist mustache.
Yeah.
Mr. President, welcome to Braclevitz.
There we go. I mean, Stalin apparently had from a podcast thing that I was listening to the other day, apparently Stalin had a very good sense of humour. They were telling a story about a young woman who wrote to him with like a love letter, and I said like, yeah, Comrade Stalin, I'm in love with you. I love what you do in the country, and I love your strong leadership. I want to kind of join your harem type of thing, and let me come live with you, and I'll treat you to a blowjob every day type of thing, and to entice you, I'm going to include a raunchy picture. And apparently he wrote she basically said picture included or picture attached type of thing. And apparently he wrote back to her and said, madam, thank you very much for the kind letter. I'm glad you support the country's policies, etc., etc. Picture returned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did not expect that outcome.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, he apparently had a very dry sense of humour. But okay, Victor Smolak. He immediately motioned in for an embrace. We hugged, and many cameras went off at the same time. He turned around for a couple of additional poses. Thank you for inviting us. I guess.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Now that the pleasantries are done, let's go. We will take the jeep for a tour.
With another tune from the marching band, we boarded the military jeep. He sat in the driver's seat, and I sat next to him. As we started speeding up, the soldiers saluted again, and Victor Smolak saluted back. We did it off the plane, so we might as well do it now.
Yeah.
My security detail and Victor's security detail started following us immediately along with a team of reporters.
We will first go to the city center to see the opening of a statue. Whose statue?
Of me!
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
It is mine, of course.
We kept making small talk about the flight and the weather until we reached started making our way to the city center. Okay.
Wow, that's a weird wording.
Yeah. And on almost every corner there were reporters taking photos of us. Oddly enough, every single street that we took seemed completely empty.
Yeah, his rack always is empty.
He's probably
Might as well call him out a little bit on it.
he's probably going to be like, oh yes, yeah, I don't know.
Is this all a big photo op for you? That kind of sounds almost insulting.
Let's go for number one.
Yeah. I had the locals close down their business because of your visit so that you can enjoy the city more. Right. There we are.
We arrived at the city centre. In the middle of a large plaza, there was a covered statue. Lots of people had gathered behind fences, and they were waving both Swordland and Wehlen flags. Victor waved back at them.
My people have been very supportive of this visit, Mr. President. I am sure you are delighted to see.
A man came closer to the fences and started yelling at Victor. With my limited knowledge of the Wessex language, I understood the words Victor and murderer. Oh dear. Yeah, the Bludish. Almost instantaneously, two soldiers showed up from behind the man and he was taken away.
Thankfully, the sun is up. Today will be a good day for the reveal. Number 2.
I don't know, man. It's internal politics.
Yeah, but I mean, he's probably gonna lie. Oh, he will be taken to a hotel and he will live there for the rest of his life.
Oh yes, happy camp.
Yeah, that's my camp.
You want to go number 2?
Yeah, I do.
I think maybe number 3 might be a bit more diplomatic. We
Diplomatic. Let's get there with. I want to go home. I don't want to be here.
Well, yeah, let's get this over. Yeah, we are here for business after all. It's your call.
Now it's my call. Well, in that case, I want to know what's going to happen to him.
Okay. Number 2.
Oh, which man? The one in the crowd? Don't worry about the details. He must have been a troubled fellow. Let's focus on the event.
We took our places in front of the statue. With a drum roll, the statue of Victor Smolak was uncovered.
I really don't like this guy.
The statue was done pretty well, except that he was made more masculine. Of course, he was wearing a cloak and holding a sword in his hands.
Oh, God. Excellent statue. Very lifelike. What do you think? Probably should go number 1. I don't have time for these games. Let's go straight to the business.
It's the art of politics, Terra. You know, sometimes you have to go through these ceremonies. Yes, very lifelike. I think number 2. Let the man. Yeah, he's not going to be around for long.
That sounded very ominous.
He can't be. You know, if you treat people like that, yeah, it's.
All right.
We're here for trade talks. We're here to get the budget up.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Let's not piss him off.
All right. Number 2 it is then.
Yeah.
Glad you appreciate the art behind it. Join me for a walk.
I followed him through the streets. At every corner, more and more photos were taken. We stopped in front of a pastry vendor on the street. The only one that they'd let come outside by the looks of things. It's like North Korea. It's
No, because they don't sell food to normal people.
yeah.
Give me 2 strudels.
The man behind the stand smiled and gave us 2 strudels. We're gonna pay.
Yeah.
Boom. I put my hand in my pocket, in my wallet, and brought out some money to give to the vendor.
Hold up. Money doesn't count here. I got this.
Okay. He handed the money to the street vendor. The cameras flashed again.
And as soon as we turn our backs, a couple of soldiers come out from the alley and drag the street vendor away, and he was never seen again.
Probably. Afterwards, we walked a short distance to the palace. Strudels in hand. Passing the gates of the palace, we made our way into the main building, made of ivory-coloured stones. The old guard towers flanked the magnificent main building from both sides. The inside of the palace was very spacious, with a very large chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Grand staircases made from the same ivory stone had red carpets on them. On both sides of the upper levels, guards stood with the traditional outfits of the old Welzek kingdoms. We finally reached the office of the president of Wehlen. The door closed behind us, and the interior boasted gold ornaments on the walls, ivory colours, and various jewels attached to different artifacts of old. It was customary in Wehlen. We sat down on the carpet.
Now, we can talk about our trade deal.
Finally, or just not?
Well, if you want to go diplomatic, I guess not.
Yeah, okay, we'll go not. But before that, we bring out the hookers!
No, first we drink.
He clapped. Yeah, there we go! No, yes!
Bring the kisha.
A few assistants immediately entered the room carrying a large ornamented kisha, as well the well-known smoking instrument originating from Wehlen. They immediately lit it up, and the room was filled with the smell of tobacco. He inhaled the smoke and handed me the kisha. Partake. Look, we've got a pipe. We have to do it.
Yeah, true.
It was probably the highest quality tobacco I had ever smoked. I handed it back. He took another puff, filling the room with more smoke.
So, Mr. President. Ah, that's too long. Can I call you Anton?
Sure. We're here for your money.
And he's probably gonna ask us to call him Mr. President for life, small like
probably. Just call me Big Show. Okay.
Anton, tell me, what do you really think about Rumble?
Oh, jeez. Number 4?
I kind of like number 1, to be honest. But then again, we have seen what they've been building up on our border.
Yeah.
But yeah, number 4 is kind of in the middle.
It's very aloof.
Choice.
It's very aloof,
Yeah.
and I mean, because I think Wehlen and Rumberg seem like fairly good bedmates. Yeah, this it wouldn't surprise me.
No, I can definitely see that.
Yeah, not much in particular. We'll go for number 4, yeah?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yes, they do. But their ambitions are over Wehlen and Scotland. We must be careful, Anton. I assure you their time will come. Regardless, I would rather prevent further conflict in the region.
If you want peace, you must prepare for war.
We have been preparing for war,
Yeah.
as we are streamlining our troops as we speak.
He is getting somewhere though, isn't he? I think maybe that's why he wants to get rid of the blue dish. Yeah. So if you kind of take out that blue dish aspect, make them refugees, then you take away some of the unrest, and then you can focus on Romberg. So he's planning something. He must be.
It does sound like it, yeah. Because I assure you that time will come. Okay. Hidden nukes somewhere?
But I think number 3 is still diplomatic. We're here for trade. We're not here for war, right?
Yep. You know as well as I do, Anton. They are coming whether we like it or not. They are the aggressor, not us.
Okay.
But you're saying that time will come? Okay.
Republic of Wehlen is a presidential republic. Yeah. Kingdom. After a bloody revolution in 1914, the kingdom was replaced with a republic.
Gold and diamond mines as well as oil. So they are really wealthy, I guess.
I suppose. Went through a civil war in the 1930s. Yeah.
The country is famous for its oil, gold, and diamonds.
Yeah. It is arguably has one of the weakest economies.
How?
Well, because, I mean, come on. I mean, Sierra Leone has fucking diamonds, but you don't see it being the pinnacle of economic health, do you?
No, but that's probably because of civil war and fighting over diamonds.
Yeah.
And all the diamonds probably going to the black market instead of going through normal trade routes.
It's one of the worst places to start a business in, according to the economists. So,
well, nowadays I'm pretty sure that it would be Russia.
quite possibly.
For now, I have something else in mind.
I'm listening.
Are we listening, or are we just curious what? Okay, we're listening. Okay.
Well, no, because like, what is it? Yeah, it's very curt.
It depends on the tone. It could be also, well, what is it?
It could be. Okay, I'm listening. He clapped his hands again. 2 assistants came into the room with a map. The border regions between Wehlen and Swordland. He pointed at the border. Look. Have you gone again?
I don't know. Am I?
No, okay.
Bloods and the so-called BFF are causing problems for me in this region. I know that they are also a problem for you as well. I will not allow these traitors to exist in my border. So I will hit them with all the might of Wehlen. These terrorists need to be destroyed.
Holy shit.
I call it Operation Bear Trap. Well, close to our borders, it's on his turf. He is free to do whatever he wants. So I'm kind of curious, what do you want from me?
Yes, me too. He grinned and lay back on a large pillow behind him.
Here is the deal. I will give you the best trade deal in the region.
With the poor economics that they have. Okay.
You will give me your assurance crushing the terrorists on both of our borders. So he wants to go genocidal.
Yeah, it seems like it.
No, absolutely not. I am not interested in going genocidal because you have money. No.
Absolutely not.
We've done that inside our.
Well, we gave them political say, right? Yeah, we said.
Yeah, but I mean, from the history before we started the game,
Yeah.
we did genocidal, and it didn't work out very well.
No, it didn't.
This is not just Wehlen's problem. There is also Swordland's problem. These terrorists are doing anything they can to destabilize the region.
They are a pain in the ass.
My spies have infiltrated BFF cells, and they found caches of KA-74. We traced them back to Rumberg. This alone justifies my retaliation to protect my country.
Oh yeah, we know about the
Yeah, so
AK-47.
Yeah. We'll stop all. We also found that similar shipments are going to Swordland. Yeah, we intercepted those a few sessions ago.
Yeah, we came across them as well.
Yes, Anton. You see, this is not just Wayland's problem. Let's take a step back and talk about what you will get in return.
Okay.
I propose you a no-tariff agreement, co-investment project, and oil. In return, you will assist me destroying the terrorists in my country. So wait, he wants us to go into his country and perform military actions on his soil against... No.
No, I think he just said do it on your side of the border, right?
Yeah, but it says in the last one, in return you will assist me in destroying the terrorists in my country.
Again, I think it's semantics. Because I think what he wants us to do is just make sure that A, no one crosses into our territory, and B, we launch a separate operation to crush them like a bear trap, like slam shut on them, and then they've got nowhere else to go. And then
yeah, but then again, we're basically talking about political genocide.
It is genocide, yeah. I mean, these Bluedish, they have planted bombs and they have done some awful shit.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that we should kill each and every one of them.
Yeah, well, that's true, and I'm quite uncomfortable.
Okay, so what kind of support do you need from me? Can't Wehlen handle it by itself, or there might be international remedy? Might be. That's kind of optimistic, I would say.
Shall we go for number 2? So we can't do this, Mr. Smolek.
Yeah, but then again, number 1, can't Wehlen handle it by itself, kind of says the same thing, but in different words. But it also kind of opens the... But it also kind of goes, what kind of support do you need from me? Kind of, yeah, I'm listening, go on. So yeah, number 2.
There we go.
Duel with international ramifications. I will protect my country. I don't care what they say. Right, we're going home now. Bye. What I want from you in return for all the money and the resources is a joint operation in between your armies against the BFF.
I took a moment to think about it.
No deal. Basically says to hell with international ramifications, and if we join in on that, that's going to be our ass as well.
That is, I don't think.
I'm saying number 2.
Hell, no it might even give Rumberg the excuse to invade.
Probably, but let's have them invade Wehlen instead of our country.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say number 2. No deal. Too risky, I'm afraid I can't accept.
Yeah.
Because 1 basically says, sure, let's kill them all. And 3 basically says, yeah, we'll kill the ones on our side of the border, you kill the ones on your side of the border.
I agree with you. However, from a game point of view, if we click number 3, and only say, I don't know, maybe it gives us the option just to provide intelligence.
That is still gonna make us.
It's still going to make us look like shits, but at least
we're still gonna be complicit in basically political genocide.
We are.
Because basically the world's probably gonna say you knew about this and you did nothing to stop it,
That's
or
true.
you just went along with it.
That's true. But the thing is, it's plausible deniability. It's like, well, it's an internal matter for them.
I mean, it is their choice. They are a sovereign state. We have no reason or possibility to interfere in their internal affairs. But that doesn't mean that we are going to do the same thing on our land.
Exactly. We're not going to. But I mean,
because basically, it's asking us to be a mercenary force for his country to kill.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a moral. It's a terrible. It is terrible. But I mean, I'm thinking. Yeah, this rocky ground with the trade deal that we signed before, and we're not sure how well that's going to turn out for us.
Well, probably a lot better than going along with Wehlen and killing everyone in an opposition political party. Because with Agnolia, it's still pure trade.
Yeah.
Here we're talking about political
blood
genocide.
Money, blood diamonds.
and blood oil,
blood
and
diamonds,
blood
blood
this,
oil.
and
Yeah,
blood that.
Yeah. It's. If I was playing it on my own and just curious, just to see where it would go, I'd click 3 and see if we could negotiate just providing intelligence. And
we're not going to kill anyone. We're not basically. You will play. We're not going to kill anyone directly, but we're going to tell you where there are people you can kill.
Yeah, I mean that's reprehensible, but at the same time, like I said, game wise, I'd want to see our budget rise, and see if we could negotiate. But because we're recording, and because I'm not a monster, we're gonna go.
I'm not a monster, but if I play my own, I will click this
for a game purpose. Yeah,
that's a pretty thin veil you're trying to cover down.
Are you trying to say that I'm all in support of genocide there, Terra?
I played it.
Are you saying that I support the Uyghur camps?
I have played a few games with you by now.
I've never gone for genocide ever.
That's probably because you haven't gotten a chance yet.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Terry. You're supposed to be my friend.
I am. That's why I'm open about it.
Jesus. Okay, 2. There we go.
Thank you.
Hold
wait, Anton. Wait. Normally, I wouldn't offer anything else, but I like you.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
I'll suck your dick. I'll suck your dick, Anton.
I will let you abuse me on national TV.
Okay, here is my final
offer.
Here
is my final offer. When the operation starts, with you or without you, there will be stragglers trying to cross into Sword. We just want you to support the operation, even if you do not join. Stop the terrorists from fleeing into your country, and you will have your deal. Simple, isn't it? I really don't like this guy.
No, he's...
So, what do you think? I think you're a horrible person and needs to be assassinated. Or at least put in jail for the rest of your life, because holy hell! I can't believe we're still talking to this guy.
It's the cost of politics, Terra. This happens probably every day.
That doesn't mean it's right.
No, it's not right. But you know.
So right now he's basically telling us, okay, so you don't want to help me kill them. Fine, just be a wall that they can't pass through, or we smush them against you.
Yeah.
So basically, again, international ramifications. You could just open your border and accept them as refugees instead of allowing the genocidal killings to happen right at your feet. without you doing anything.
Yeah. I mean, when we were aboard a guard, what did we do?
We let the few run slip by, and that's why we got reprimanded.
That's right. There we go then. No deal. I'm afraid I cannot accept.
Yeah, no deal.
Goodbye, blood diamonds.
Yeah, goodbye, blood, everything. That's unfortunate. I thought we could be friends. But you decided to leave Wehlen alone by itself. Such a shame. I am sure a great leader like Saul would have accepted this great offer without a doubt. Yeah, and that's why our country is such a... Oh. My assistants will show you the way to the dungeons. Goodbye, Mr. Rain. Yeah, goodbye.
Oh, now he's okay.
Take care of yourself.
He's probably going to be strung up.
Yeah, okay. We're still above him, so take care of yourself. Let's see if you survive the rest of the week.
I returned to Swordland immediately. I felt relieved to be back in Holsword.
Yeah, and go have a 2-hour shower as well, just to get rid of the filth.
Well,
I mean, I feel dirty just by reading the conversation.
Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Me too. But I mean, like I said, these type of conversations, if you got to be pragmatic, and we probably missed out on a chance there to balance the budget at least.
Yeah, but there is no pragmatic, or
there isn't.
There is no winning in genocide.
There isn't. No.
Either if you're an active participant or a passive, it doesn't really matter. If you can prevent it, you should.
Yeah. But at the same time, no, I'm not even going to go there.
That's a discussion for after the session.
No, I was just going to say something again. I mean, like I said, game wise, we certainly missed out on trying to balance the budget there.
Yeah, but I'm not arguing that.
But at least we didn't sell our souls to the devil. But the thing is, because what will happen is, right? What will happen is you get the Bluedish refugees.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a situation from history, which is fairly similar-ish, but maybe not really. So when Russia invaded Afghanistan, you had they clamped down on Islam, and a lot of people fled. Basically the Taliban fled into Pakistan because the Pakistan and Afghanistan border, it's impossible to police. A generation or two later, you had the kids of those refugees that were then turned into even more fundamental Islamists, and then sent back into Afghanistan to do their thing. So, if we were playing a long arcing game, I could see that happen with the Bluedish. That the kids of the refugees would probably be more fundamental than them, and then we'd have the Bluedish say, "We want you to help us oust whoever's in power then in Wehlen." It's a possibility, but
Yeah, but the Bluedish are... How much of our country was Bluedish?
Oh, it's like 4%, something negligible like that. But it's an interesting kind of thing to maybe think about. If and when it happens, what happens to the Bluedish people? But I mean, they do have political representation now, I think, or at least a chance. And I think probably when
Because we did say that everyone deserves to have a voice.
They do, and I'm sure when the Bluedish refugees come over, the border states and the border towns will probably, in time, and as demographics change, elect Bluedish members of parliament, etc. It'd be interesting to see what happens with that one. You know. But I'm not a bad person, really, Terra. I just want some money.
So do I, but not at the cost of how many thousands, hundreds.
Yeah, I think there's probably a line that every genocide denier and contributor to say, I don't condone it, but I need the money. I need the trade deals. It's just like us with China.
Yeah, but I mean, we have more neighbors than just Wehlen.
Yeah, true. Okay, I came to the Grand National Assembly of Swortland to deliver a speech regarding the new constitution and asked for the support of the Assembly before the upcoming vote. I walked quickly through the corridors, giving my greetings to people on my way towards the Parliamentary Hall. When I entered the hall, the Assembly was in complete chaos, with shouting and cursing between the parties. There was a heavy argument about the proposal made by an MP from the NFP. That's the Nationalist Front, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I took my seat inside the special area reserved for the ministers. Gloria was shouting from her seat at the centre of the hall as she hit the gavel 3 times, with each strike heavier than the one before. Oh yes, order, order. It's Mrs. Thatcher. I saw Kazaro Kibner standing up from his seat and shouting towards the members of the PFJP. So okay, that's one
of the good guys.
That's one of the good guys. Mr. Kibner, calm yourself. Show respect to the procedures of this assembly. Boom. Okay. Despite her efforts, the argument continued for a couple of minutes before everybody took back to their seats and finally quieted down. Mr. Kibner, next time when I tell you to do so, either take your seat or leave the hall, so we can proceed with the procedures of this assembly and continue our duties. Some MPs from the NFP side shouted back at her in protest. Honourable ladies and gentlemen, if you allow me to continue. She pointed at me. We have the President here with us today. He is asked to give us an important announcement. The Assembly then fell silent. You have the floor, Mr. President. Right, I walked to the stand and a loud clapping started from the USP side. Honourable members of the Assembly. Boom. Honourable members of the Grand National Assembly of Swortland. I am here today to raise important questions regarding our outdated constitution. This is where we have to try and remember our continuity here, Terra.
Shit. Okay. The Supreme Court holds much power, that is true. Our election threshold has harmed our democracy more than anything. Perhaps it's not expected of me to say this, but the President holds too much authority. Our elected assembly has always been overshadowed.
Well, I think we were going to change.
The assembly is overshadowed by the court, isn't it?
Yes.
Since we decided to put off going after the the judges.
Yeah.
And we did make the change of the election threshold, I believe.
We did. So we could...
That has already been changed.
That's already been changed. But I thought a bill has been put through. But I mean, we signed the bill, but I don't know if it necessarily changed anything. Okay, economy. Law. Election threshold of 10%. We've still got 10%.
According to Article 50 of the new Constitution, a political party needs 10% of the total national vote to win a seat. The vote of the parties who pass the threshold are believed to be proportional. Because before it was higher than that, wasn't it?
No, I thought it was 10, and I thought we would bring it down to like 6 or something. According to Article 5 of the Constitution, an amendment may be proposed by the members of the Assembly. Yeah. Okay. Shit, what are we going to say?
Yeah, what else?
We know that that's changing, so we can start with 2.
Yeah, okay, let's go with that.
Our election threshold has harmed our democracy more than anything since the formation of our republic. As USP, we have governed for a long time, and I can acknowledge that this success was partly the result of our current 10% threshold. I continued.
Oh. So they basically say the same thing, but a different wording.
Yeah. Actually, so number 1 is dangerous because then... No, I think number 3. Number 3 is more positive because number 1 sounds like you're saying I got elected on an undemocratic vote. Whereas number 3 is like, okay, I may have come into power due to the threshold, but you know what? You still made the right decision because I'm going to change it anyway. And we're going to go into today's world and looking forward. It's a positive message.
And how do you interpret number 2 then?
Well, I mean, this is right. So, remember back with the wife's speech, and she said, "You can't move forward without acknowledging the past." So yeah, break the chains of the past. It's very aggressive. Yeah, you're not going to win over some of the hardliners if you say to hell with the past, to hell with tradition, or chains.
To be fair, we're probably not going to win over any hardline.
Probably not, but at least we can say we were trying to be positive, a positive message, rather than criticisms and chains and very hard language.
Okay. Yeah, number 3 also says I call everyone.
Yeah.
To the standards of the day. Okay, let's go number 3 and see what happens.
Okay, boom. I call everyone to stand by us to make historic changes to our constitution and bring us into the standards of today's world. Applause is from the USP. Okay, good. We've got the good guys on side. Rebalance the branches of government. Oh. 2?
Well, we did say that we're going to go after the courts at some point, but I don't think this is the
we did.
proper time for it.
Economy order. Corruption.
Court backing. I'm looking on the other side, current situations. Well, what does court backing say?
Backlog, insufficient court. But the backlog. So, yeah, but the Blondie's dealing with that, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Judicial rivalry, perhaps?
Yeah.
But that's between the Ministry of Justice and the courts, not the Assembly. Okay.
Immunity of justices. I know, I think rebalance.
It does have a better ring to it.
Yeah. 2. Boom. I focused on unity.
Yeah, because without unity, it's hard to bring about change.
True. Boom. It's more important than ever that we stand united as a nation in these changing times. I call everybody to be part of the change our people has been calling for. We all want to make Swordland better, don't we? Let's embrace democracy and unite under the banner of our people, and surely Swordland will be great again. Let's embrace the future.
Yeah.
Okay, boom. Just as I was about to continue speaking, Gloria Toria interrupted me. Mr. President, with all due respect, I believe Swordland is already democratic.
I kind of lean towards number 3, to be honest. But I'm also kind of curious if we go number 2, what else we have to say.
Well, number 1 can easily be done with that. Please don't interrupt me.
Yeah, but that does sound a little bit Wehlen-ish.
No, I don't think so. I think please don't interrupt me is better than I'm not finished yet, Mrs. Tory.
Yeah, but Mrs. Tory still shows respect to her as I'm guessing speaker.
Yeah, so you just say please don't interrupt me, Mrs. Tory, Mrs. Thatcher.
No, that's why I think I'm not finished yet, Mrs. Tory. Because please, again, it's a matter of tone.
Yeah.
Because please don't interrupt me, or please don't interrupt me.
So we go 2 then. Shall we go 2?
God damn it. It does sound better, at least reading it in my mind.
Okay, we'll go 2.
Basically, number 1 and 2 says the same thing, but number 2 has a softer tone to it.
Okay, if you think so. Tarquin's soul and his efforts cannot be ignored. We must keep following the path he defined for Swordish people. I'm sure the honourable members of the USP will see that the President is acting rash by allying with the opposition to destroy the culture of solism that established Swordland. That was the extent of my quick note. Thank you. Mr. President has the floor. Well, we're not necessarily trying to destroy.
But the solism, isn't that the one where the president has total immunity?
Yes, the founding ideology. I mean, yeah, it's that kind of
republicanism, nationalism, and statism. Basically, authoritarian.
Statism isn't necessarily authoritarian, nor is nationalism.
No, but all those three combined.
Well, that's why we're
Kind of.
reforming. Yeah, we still want to have Swordland come together and promote Swordland. Yeah, that's nationalistic. But it's not based anymore in, shall we say, cultural, where you come from, type of thing.
Maybe.
But what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
Well, since she butted in on our beach, and basically she wants to keep what we are trying to leave behind, as we are trying to leave Solace and go for democracy.
Mm-hmm.
And she just, oh no, we want to keep this. That's all I wanted to say. I kind of feel like number one, like that was disrespectful, Miss Speaker. Please do not try to sabotage my speech. She did hand over the word to us, and then all of a sudden she butted in again.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, we'll go number one. Sure. Please continue your speech, Mr. President. Okay. I took a breath and continued. We must set aside our differences. It's time to make a new constitution together. I ask everyone to think clearly about the current situation and join us for a change. Set aside our differences. Maybe.
We are trying to call for unity.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Although, make a new constitution together, Yeah. Okay, I don't know, one or two.
I kind of.
Set aside our differences. Shall we go with our gut?
Yeah,
Right.
let's try it.
Done. Be part of a new era for Swordland. Join us and vote for our proposal. I ask everyone to support the upcoming vote. I demand your votes. Wow.
Be part of a new era. That sounds a lot better.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
Because if you call for Swordland, you call for all people.
Yeah. Let's write the future together.
Yeah.
Boom. Finish with a poem.
Yeah, because we're not going to go militaristic, salute the crowd. Finish with a poem, kind of. Sure, it is a little bit cheesy, but.
Twinkle, twinkle, little Terra.
No, but I mean, if it is a poem that kind of speaks about unity and we as a people kind of thing.
Playing the heartstrings, huh? Okay, let's do the poem.
Yeah.
I decided to read a poem before I ended my speech.
Oh god, we need to do the poem as well. Oh shit, okay.
There is a destiny above destiny. There is a victory growing with every morning.
Victory... Yeah, I think Destiny sounds better than Victory.
It is your
but then again,
destiny.
Yeah, Destiny kind of feels a little bit... I'm sorry to
Darth
say this.
Vader-ish.
Darth Vader-ish. Little funny Austrian guy with a funny mustache.
A victory growing in every morning seems to be like, quite a... It's a mission in mind,
yeah, every day is a new fight, and we can only win if we are together.
Yeah, it's that kind of bit in BoJack Horseman. Where it's just like, it's
never seen it. I know what it is, but I haven't seen it.
It gets a little easier. You just got to keep on doing it. but every day it gets a little easier.
Yeah, and also victory kind of requires unity as well.
Yeah.
If we're all fighting for the same goal.
Shall we go for 2?
Yeah, that actually has a slightly better ring to it when I think.
Slightly better ring, but I mean it does.
Because Destiny kind of feels, as I mentioned, the little Austrian man with the funny mustache. It's ours. It's our people.
It could go either way because number 1, Destiny. It's our destiny to be great. That's nationalistic. That fair enough. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Victory, and the whole kind of every day's tough. You got to keep going, but victory does imply an enemy somewhere. But we'll go 2.
Well, victory is just overcoming an obstacle, either if it's an enemy or a situation or a person.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. 2. Boom.
Oh.
There is my country, beyond everything, my beloved. Boom. There.
Let's see. There is a revolution that's coming.
No threat. No talk of revolution.
There is a God beyond
Let's not hang a hat on God.
Existence. There is my country beyond everything. Whatever. Yeah, it actually has the better.
Connotations.
There are songs to be sung in affection of our victories. That sounds really militaristic. There is a spring that blossoms out of the graves of our fallen, honoring what has come before. There is the evil that tortures and tears me down. I would probably say number 2. The graves of our fallen, kind of honoring the ones that come before, helped build the country to what it is, and we are gonna honor their.
No, because if the growing victory. There is a victory growing with every morning. There is my country beyond everything, my beloved. There are songs to be sung in affection to our victories. Going back to that victory growing every morning. So, songs sung about yesterday rather than graves of our fallen. Okay, I get it. But again, that can be militaristic as well. And the evils, okay, there is evils in the world, but that's out. I think we should go for number 1. Song sung, joy, type of thing. In affection to our victories. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do number 1. Number 2, I don't know, I think that's more militaristic than number 1.
All right, number 1 it is.
Let's do it. No doubt. The 1. There is a decision coming from the heavens. Okay. Fear not.
No.
When the dark falls, there is an artist painting the sun. Do not dare to surrender. There is victory that grows with defeat. I don't know. I think that.
What the hell?
Fear not when the dark falls. There is an artist painting the sun. Do you want to be an artist, Terra?
He does. It feels like the best out of the 3.
Yeah.
Because 3 kind of has a definite military feel to it, and 1, being an atheist myself, doesn't sit well with me. And the sentences we had before hasn't indicated anything to a god, so it would be kind of weird to throw me in right now. So yeah, number 2.
Oh. Beyond the next morning, there is a victory waiting to be won. There we go, that rhymes. The assembly roared with all kinds of different reactions. Here we go. Some applauses from the PFJP and USPCs. Most of the others started to make loud noises again. Thank you for your speech, Mr. President. I walked back to my seat as many MPs asked to speak. Franz Richter was among them. Okay, this is our Taurus Holding. What? Why is he there?
That's a good question.
Yes, Mr. Richter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Man, look at that chin.
Yeah, it's quite the jaw.
I would like to thank Mr. President for his speech. We, the People's Freedom and Justice Party, stands in agreement with the need for a more democratic constitution. I would like to thank the ladies and gentlemen of the United Southern Party for their more open attitude compared to past years. As long as Mr. President's word prove not to be just words, we will be behind this much-needed movement for change. We welcome this attempt.
Good. We've got him on side.
I ask Mr. President to share the final contents of these proposals as soon as possible. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Suddenly, Kazaro Kibner started yelling from his seat.
The President must have lost his mind to cooperate with the likes of you, Mr. Rector. You and the FJP are nothing but puppets of Western interests.
Order!
Madam Speaker, I know you are in agreement with me as well. Do not stand idly by while this administration is making deals with snakes and undermine the integrity of so...
Order! Mr. Kibner, how many times do I need to say you are speaking out of...
I demand to speak!
Gloria gave him a stare. She looked annoyed. Very well, Mr. Kibner. Go ahead.
Mr. President.
He directly looked at me.
The nationalist movement does not agree with your priorities, nor the way you're trying to implement them. The National Front Party will not stand with you on your new constitution. Let it be known that the NFP's concerns are not included in the so-called democratic reforms. Thus, Mr. President has no right to claim them as such. We will stand our ground against any attempts to bring down our established political culture and national value. Thank you.
Kazaro went back to his seat, but the chaos in the assembly continued. Do we ask to speak again?
Let's see if we can
Have
put
the
him
final word. We're the leader.
Yeah.
Boom. I asked to speak one more time. Yes, Mr. President.
Okay, so do we want to go after Mr. Kibner and see if we can put him in his place? Or do we want to thank Mr. Richter? I kind of want to squish Mr. Kibner a little bit, if possible. Trying to make him maybe change his mind a little bit, because Mr. Richter is already on our side.
Yeah.
So do we want to go after Mr. Kibner, or do we just want to thank everybody and leave?
I think trying to win over an enemy is probably more important than trying to win over a friend already.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Shall we go for Mr. Kibner?
Yeah, let's see if we can win him over.
Let's do it. I looked at him.
Okay, so it is you who should use the word democratic when you want a more centralized government. You are not specifically cooperating with someone, but everyone. We ask that you also join us. I'm saddened to hear about your opposite stance.
2. You got to join us there, Mr. Kibner. Only when you join us can you have a say in things.
Yeah, I kind of like number 2.
Yeah.
I'm not specifically cooperating with someone, but everyone.
Let's do it. He watched as he slouched in his seat, legs crossed. What? Okay. Do not stand against change. Be part of it, Mr. Kibner. We can do much more together. Don't you dare stand against us. No. I respect your opinion. Be part of it. Be part of it. You can't implement the change you want unless you're part of it.
As in number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
If you want to try and win him over. I mean, number 3 will be like, I respect your opinion.
Yeah, but there doesn't seem to be kind of a follow-up to that.
No, we don't know. But yeah, number 1. Boom. Done?
Yeah.
Boom. Thank you. I don't know.
I guess we could go number 2 to show that even if he doesn't support us, we can still do it without him. So it's up to him if he wants to be part of it or not. Because if we manage to implement the changes that we have been discussing and he's not part of it,
yeah,
then he's going to be left behind.
Yeah.
So I would probably say number 2. Because obviously we can't expect his support considering the harsh words he used.
I mean, there's still probably some people in the USP that will vote against us as well. I mean, let's not forget that Miss Tory over here, she's a member of, yeah, she's a USP member. And even she is kind of on the fence about us because she thinks we're going too far.
Yeah, but there was one decision that she didn't like. I can't remember what it was. Where she basically said, well, then you don't have my support, and that's probably why she tried to sabotage our speech and everything else.
Perhaps.
But I think we should try and stick with our line that the world and Sword Art is changing, be part of it or not. That is your choice, but the change is coming.
You want to go for number 2?
I would go for number 2.
Let's do it. Gloria looked to me to see if I'd finished my response. We could even do Mr. Richter as well now, or shall we just say?
Yeah, but he's already on our side, so we might actually make things worse if we say the wrong thing.
Potentially.
Or maybe he would appreciate if we thanked him for his support and that we could work together.
Yeah, okay. We want to try it?
Yeah, why not? I mean, we might actually have the chance to strengthen the bonds we have.
I looked at him. Thank you for the nice words. We'd like to have cooperation between our parties. Oh.
Question is, if we start with thank you for the nice words, would we have an opportunity to continue picking after that, or it's just thank you and then leaving?
That's true. I mean,
I'll probably go number 2.
Let's do it. We'd like to have cooperation. Oh. I welcome your positive attitude. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, we can't say we expect it.
Yeah.
But we do thank him for his kind words, and we're looking forward to working with him because we seem to be aligned at this time. So yeah, I'll probably say number 2.
Let's do it. 2. Gloria looked at me to see if I was finished. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I got up from my seat and started my walk towards the exit. MPs kept shouting and responded to one another, creating a loud mess where nothing was legible. Order! Order! This topic has finished. We are moving on to our next topic. I slowly left the hall. The shouting could be heard from every corridor of the National Assembly. Done.
It's like a kindergarten class.
Oh. Hang on. So, it's literally just the papers and then this report here. And then I think we're on to another turn. So, let's read the paper. The whole Sword Post. After you.
Rain. Our election threshold has harmed our democracy. President Rain has called on the Grand National Assembly of Sutherland to support the upcoming constitutional changes in his address in the Parliament. Parliament.
Mm-hmm.
The President's address came after a series of meetings with the USP, which probably involved discussions about the new constitution. President Rain talked about the main points of the proposed changes and revealed that the current draft will be looked over again with the leaders of the PFJP before it's proposed in the Parliament. Parliament?
Yes, that's how you spell it.
It is?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our election threshold has harmed our democracy more than anything since the reformation of our republic, said President Rain, criticizing the 10% election threshold for eliminating a lot of political movement. Among criticisms from his own party, President Rain said, "As USP, we have governed for a long time, and I can acknowledge that this success was partly the result of our current 10% threshold." Franz Richter of the PFJP welcomed the statement. Okay.
Geopolitical.
Walker
warns.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, after you. Go on.
Walker warns Valslandian Navy over Helgeland dispute. These guys again. The tensions between Agnolia and Valsland keeps climbing. The latest addition to the escalations happened yesterday on the Valslavian Channel, where the Valslandian ship started advancing on the perimeter around the island. According to the Agnolian sources, yesterday in the morning, the Agnolian battleship Van Gilben, A387, had intercepted a Valslandian destroyer, Stanison, and warned them to move out of Agnolian waters. The Valslandian captain did not respond to the communication, but both ships backed away from the scene after several hours of standstill. Seeing this event as Valsland putting pressure over the island, Vacation President Dwight Walker warned the Valslandian Navy, saying, "We will not tolerate any attempts to trigger an incident on international waters. I call upon Mr. Hagel, pull back your ships immediately." Okay, so that dispute is slowly rising as well.
Yeah, and this is what I am also worried about. Because if you've got a conflict around here,
it's probably going to block off those.
it's going to block. It's going to block off our ports.
Well, we do have sea routes going south as well.
We do, but they're not as economically important, I would say. So I think we may have just shot ourselves in the foot.
I don't think so, because we won't be drawn into a conflict that isn't ours to begin with.
Okay.
However, as you said, if push comes to shove, we will be most likely locked out due to the conflict in that strait.
Yeah. Reform status. Lucian Gallade reported that so far he's been able to get in total 121 signatures. Efforts are underway to increase the support and reach out to the necessary numbers of 150.
All right.
Can we get the votes?
Well, one can always hope, right?
The wealth of nations. Well, yeah, find out next time. As me and Terra play Suzerain. Would you like to have the last word?
Wow, you really put me on the spot. I guess follow along and see what happens next time, I guess. We're happy for all the views, the likes. And please, if you have the opportunity, show it to your friends and spread the word.
That's nice.
Well, I tried.
That's
I'm not a YouTuber, so...
Well, that's the thing with you, Terra. You're just always a trier, you know?
Not always. But at times, I guess I have some moments of clarity.
Well, that's good. But yeah, I'm good. This is good. I mean, we're still on chapter 2. There's, I think, 3 more chapters to this. I mean, it's a slow slog.
Definitely feels like a slog at times. That is true. But hey, we're still in the game, meaning we've done something right at least.
Oh yeah, it's still in the reds. This economy doesn't look like it's getting any better though.
Well, neither the economy nor the budget.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's going to be an option to be a mediator between Agnolia and Valgsland. Maybe.
We haven't had any diplomatic encounters with Valgsland yet, have we?
No.
As in being invited and talking to their prime minister or something.
That's true. We haven't had much with Lesbia either, I don't think.
No, that might also be true.
So our relations with them are neutral still. Let's have a look at Wehlen. Neutral. They've got a weak military, okay.
That's probably why they were asking for help, I guess.
Country information. Weak, but good. Okay. And then still neutral.
Okay. So basically the only one we have is Rumberg, but Rumberg seems to hate everyone.
Yeah.
We haven't had any talks with them either, have we?
I don't think they talk. I think they just talk by the point of a bayonet. Well, see you next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.